Today I'm going to tell you about filmmaking. Filmmaking is the process of making a film, generally in the sense of films intended for extensive theatrical exhibition. Film production consists of 5 major stages: development, which is the first stage in which the ideas for the film are created, the rights to books, plays are bought, etc., and the screenplay is written. Financing for the project has to be sought and obtained. Pre-production. Arrangements and preparations are made for the shoot, such as hiring cast and film crew, selecting locations, and construction sets. Production. The raw footage and other elements for the film are recorded during the film shoot. Post-production. The images, sound, and visual effects of the recorded film are edited and combined into a finished product. Distribution. The completed film is distributed, marketed, and screened in cinemas and are released to home video. In development, the project producer selects a story which may come from a book, play, another film, true story, video game, comic book, graphic novel, or an original idea. After identifying a theme or underlying message, the producer works with writers to prepare a synopsis. Next, they produce a step outline, which breaks the story down into 1-paragraph scenes that concentrate on dramatic structure. Then they prepare a treatment of 25 to 30-page description of the story, its mood and characters. This usually has little dialogue and stage direction, but often contains drawings that help visualize key points. Another way is to produce a scriptment once the synopsis is produced. Next, a screenwriter writes a screenplay over a period of several months. The screenwriter may rewrite it several times to improve dramatization, clarity, structure, characters, dialogue, and overall style. However, producers often skip the previous steps and develop submitted screenplays which investors, studios, and other parties assess through a process called script coverage. A film distributor may be contacted at an early stage to assess the likely market and potential financial success of the film. Hollywood Distribution Aid adopts a hard-headed no approach and considered factor, such as the film genre, the target audience and assumed audience, the historical success of similar films, the actors who might appear in the film, and potential directors. Not all films make a profit from the theatrical release alone, so film companies take DVD sales and worldwide distribution rights into account. In pre-production, every step of actually creating the film is carefully designed and planned. The production company is created and a production office established. The film is pre-visualized by the director and may be storyboarded with the help of illustrators and concept artists. A production budget is drawn up to plan expenditures for the film. For major productions, insurance is procured to protect against accidents. The nature of the film and the budget determine the size and type of crew used during filmmaking. Many Hollywood blockbusters employ a cast and crew of hundreds, while a low-budget independent film may be made by a skeleton crew of 8 or 9 or fewer. These are typically crew positions. Storyboard artist creates visual images to help the director and production designer communicate the idea to the production team. Director is primarily responsible for the storytelling, creative decisions, and acting out the film. Assistant director manages the shooting schedule and logistics of the production, among other tasks. There are several types of AD, each with different responsibilities. Film producer hires the film's crew, unit production manager manages the production budget and production schedule. They also report on behalf of the production office to the studio executives or financiers of the film. Location manager finds and manages film locations. Nearly all pictures feature segments that are shot in the controllable environment of a studio soundstage, while outdoor sequences call for filming on location. Production designer, the one who creates the visual concepts of the film, working with the art director who manages the art department, which makes his production sets. In production, the film is created and shot. More crew will be recruited at this stage, such as the property master, script supervisor, assistant director, still photographer, picture editor, and sound editors. These are just the most common roles in filmmaking. The production office will be free to create any unique blend of roles to suit the various responsibilities possible during the production of a film. A typical day's shooting begins with the crew arriving on the set location by their call time. Actors usually have their own separate call times. Since set construction, dressing, and lighting take many hours or even days, they are often set up in advance. The grip, electric, and production design crews are typically a step ahead of the camera and sound departments. For efficiency's sake, while a scene is being filmed, they are already preparing this next one. While the crew prepares the equipment, the actors do their costumes and attend their hair and makeup departments. The actors rehearse the script and blocking with the director, and the camera and sound crews rehearse with them, and make final tweaks. Post-production is the video film and is assembled by the film editor. The shot film material is edited, the production sound dialogue is also edited, music tracks and songs are composed and recorded. If a film is thought to have a score, sound effects are designed and recorded. A computer graphics visual effects are digitally added by an artist. Finally, all sound elements are mixed into stems, which are then married to picture, and the film is completed or locked. Distribution is the final stage where the film is released to cinemas or occasionally directly to consumer media, VHS, VCD, DVD, Blu-ray, or direct download from a digital media provider. The film is duplicated as required, either onto film or hard disk drives, and distributed to cinemas for exhibition, screening, press kits, posters, and other advertising materials are published, and the film is advertised and promoted. A/B roll clip may be released to the press based on raw footage shots for making of documentary, which may include making of clips as well as on-set interviews. Film distributors usually release a film with a launch party, a red carpet premiere, press releases, interviews with the press preview screenings, and film festival screenings. Most films are also promoted with their own special website, separate from those of the production company or distributor. For major films, key personnel are often contractually required to participate in promotional tours in which they appear at premieres and festivals and sit for interviews with many TV, print, and online journalists. The largest productions may require more than one promotional tour. In order to rejuvenate audience demand at each release window, since the advent of home video in the early 80s, most major films have followed a pattern of having several distinct release windows. Filmmaking also takes place outside of the mainstream and is commonly called independent filmmaking. Since the introduction of DV technology, the means of production have become more democratized and economically viable. Filmmakers can conceivably shoot and edit a film, create and edit the sound of music, and mix the final cut on a home computer. However, while the means of production may be democratized, financing, traditional distribution, and marketing remain difficult to accomplish outside the traditional system. In the past, most independent filmmakers have relied on film festivals such as Sundance, Venice, Cannes, and Toronto film festivals to get their films noticed and sold for distribution and production. However, the internet has allowed for relatively inexpensive distribution of independent films on websites such as YouTube. As a result, several companies have emerged to assist filmmakers in getting independent movies seen and sold via mainstream internet marketplaces, often adjacent to popular Hollywood titles. With internet movie distribution, independent filmmakers who choose to forego a traditional distribution deal now have the ability to reach global audiences. Thank you for watching this episode of Adventurous Kids.